LSU football, speaking of, it's looking good. It's looking like we definitely have a good chance to win 9-10 games next year. I'm comfortable thinking. Definitely could crack into the top 5 in the country. Brian Kelly's got something brewing. We were down there at the spring game. What do you see there? And you got some time to reflect on it now. What do you think about LSU?
Yeah, my question marks are at 2 positions, O-line and linebacker. I think those 2 positions you have to be a little concerned if you're Brian Kelly. I know that they still have I think they have like 2 scholarships left that they can go out there and get, maybe another O-lineman or another linebacker. But, in the spring, I thought Will Campbell, the true freshman, inserted himself really, really well, adjusted to, the college football life and understanding, what's expected of him, from O-line coach Brad Davis. So it looks like he's going to be the starting left tackle coming into the season. I think at the guard position, man, both of the guard positions is a little bit of a question mark. So if they can get that shored up, the offense is going to be really, really good. When you talk about John Emery and Noah Cain.
Looking good, too. Man, John Emery's going to be healthy.
Yeah, Noah Cain and John Emery, that's going to be one of the best 1-2 punches in the SEC. And when you talk about the receiver room, that receiver room might be arguably the best receiver room from a talent standpoint in the country. You know what I mean? I was just hoping nobody transferred out after the spring. That's what I was worried about most. I'm like, man, they're so talented in that room. 1 or 2 of those guys might try to transfer out, but they, Cortez and Coach Brian Kelly and Coach Joe Sloan and Coach Denbrock, the OC, they was able to keep those guys bought into what they were trying to do. And I just think they're so deep, man, at that receiver position. And then in the secondary, I think it's gonna be led by Jay Ward.
Of course,
Jay Ward is gonna be the guy in that secondary. I'm interested to see what a kid from Ohio State, Severn Banks.
What a name, huh?
Yeah. I'm curious to see how I know he's rehabbing his, I think it's his hip, which for a corner, man, that's a lot of concern. But if you see him, man, he looks like an NFL corner. He's about 6'1", long, got a nice frame on him. I know he played a lot as a freshman at Ohio State, so he has the ability. It's just going to come down to will he be healthy, by the start of the season. So, and at the quarterback position, man, it's going to come down to Nussmeier and Jaden Daniels.
I agree.
I personally think Nussmeier should be the quarterback for the week 1 of the season. I like Nussmeier. The receiving core is really kind of flocking to him.
Yep.
I know they're going to kind of piss Jaden Daniels, although grad transferring over here, thinking you're going to have the starting spot, and then you don't get it.
Yep.
Hopefully that doesn't become a problem in that quarterback room.
I agree.
But I would love to see Nussmeier, man, be the starting quarterback. I think he has all the tools to bring this offense to higher heights and be one of the top offenses in the SEC.
I agree. Garrett Nussmeier has one thing about him that reminds me of a solid quarterback. He's calm, cool, collected. He's got the poise, and he can respond accordingly no matter the situation. A lot of that has to do with the fact that, like you said, the guys are comfortable with him. He's been here. The whole freshman campaign, he's got guys that he's been interacting with. I mean, one of the arguably best wide receivers in this room is Jack Besh, and that's his roommate. They're around each other 24/7, watching film together, hanging out together, eating together. I mean, these guys are 2 peas in a pod, 3 when you count Mason Smith. Mm-hmm. These guys are tight. The whole team is tight. The culture's good. Everyone's bought in. Speaking more of Jack Besh, he wasn't in the wide receiver room all year last year. He was in the tight ends room. Now he's going to be in Cortez Hankton getting footwork, getting agility, getting speed, and he's going to go crazy. Jack Besh did great last year playing wide receiver reps as a tight end. Wait till he plays wide receiver reps as a wide receiver, and he's conditioned enough, and he's in that room around those guys, getting those reps. I think the sky's the limit for Jack. He's another big guy coming out of wide receiver U. Keyshawn Boutte coming off an injury. Malik Neighbors, Chris Hilton, like you said, this room is stacked. We've never really, I guess you could say, been so comfortable in such a vulnerable situation, coming off a 500-year new coach. But at the same time, we're sitting here thinking we'll be top 5, and I could really, honestly, put money on that and sleep well at night.
Yeah, when I looked at the schedule, I think that they can start off 5-0.
Yeah,
I think they have a good chance of starting off 5-0. It's gonna be interesting to see what happens when they play A&M. I think they play them at A&M.
Yep. Last game.
Then you play Florida at Florida. With the Billy Napier era starting. They got Bam at home, so you know that's a plus having them at home.
We got Auburn away too.
Yeah, but Auburn, they have a lot going on over there.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it's not far-fetched that the LSU Tigers could win 9 games, possibly 10 games this year. It's not, you know, that's not far-fetched at all in my mind. Just looking at the teams in the SEC and knowing what's coming back. But at the end of the day, you still got to play the game. You know what I mean? Because sometimes, man, you think a team is not going to be that good, and then they play, and you like, man, who is this kid? Who is this receiver? Who is this running back? Who is this quarterback? Like, you know, it'd be somebody just come out the woodwork that probably just was sitting on the bench last year that just kind of took that next step.
Yeah,
so,
right.
But as of right now, just going off of what I saw last year from these teams, I think LSU has a good chance to win 9, possibly 10 games this year.
I agree. There's a lot of things in the mix. A lot of good things looking. The most accomplished head coach LSU's hired. Last 3 head coaches they've hired all won a national championship at some point in their stay at LSU. Brian Kelly, I think, will be more the same. Not really a fan favorite in terms of, you know, the reactions you'll get on social media. Seems like people are kind of split. You either love him or hate him. But you know what? That's LSU. You either love him or hate him. LSU is charismatic, energetic, and I think Brian Kelly, as odd as it sounds, might be a perfect fit for it. I think he's got the brains to completely just evolve in this situation. He was at a private school, didn't get to recruit the guys he wanted to recruit. Now he gets to get in one of the best states for talent and the best states for recruiting at one of the best colleges. I think he's just really looking like he's having fun out there. It's almost like he's playing my GM mode on Madden or something. Like, this dude's building something special first year.
He's more of a CEO, if you will.